Let's talk about what forgiveness is not, or better yet, what agapitude is not. For example, letting someone off the hook. That's not what forgiveness is. Condoning their behavior, saying what they did was okay. None of that is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Guess what? Forgiveness is for you, so that you don't have to carry that burden around. Now, will other people benefit? Maybe, maybe not. You want to know something funny? A lot of times people don't even think they did anything wrong, and so they don't think they need to be forgiven. So obviously, they're not carrying around this burden of how they've wronged you, but you are. So guess what? You're the one who benefits the most, and you deserve to forgive for your own peace and your own peace of mind and your own self love. Forgiveness is not necessarily religious. Guess what? Atheists forgive. I know it's hard to believe, but I know some atheists who are very forgiving people. You know why? Because they recognize they're human and they recognize that they make mistakes just like anybody else. They also recognize that if they make a mistake, they want to be forgiven. When they've apologized and made amends, they want the same courtesy extended towards them. So, when they see other people make a mistake, they want to forgive for their own inner peace. Same reason. They're not afraid of being punished by some divine being. They just forgive because they benefit and they know it's the right thing to do. As a matter of fact, atheists also believe in doing things right the first time. If you do things right the first time, then you don't have to ask for forgiveness, right? Yeah. Forgiveness is not to minimize your pain. Sometimes you forgive and the pain's still there, and that's okay. Eventually, the pain goes away and you're left with peace. Forgiveness does not necessarily mean reconciliation. Now, it can. Don't get me wrong. Forgiveness is very much a part of a loving, healthy relationship, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, family, any relationship, there has to be forgiveness for it to thrive. However, sometimes you don't necessarily need reconciliation in order to forgive. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's healthy to forgive and keep your distance. Sometimes it's best to love from afar. Forgiveness is not about denying or suppressing your anger. Here's a controversial thought. There's nothing wrong with anger. It's how we express it that's healthy and unhealthy. We can have anger. It's natural for us to have these emotions, but we can express it in a healthy way, talking about it, journaling around it, um, using exercise or sports to just get that angry energy out. That's healthy, but not taking it out on others, not being abusive, not being physically violent, not being damaging property. Those are unhealthy ways of expressing anger. And guess what? It usually comes back negatively on you. Forgiveness is not about ignoring accountability or justice. Because you know who enforces accountability and justice? Society. Forgiveness is an inside job. Forgiveness is for you and you alone. You can forgive someone who has wronged you legally. That does not mean the legal system has to stop pursuing justice. That's their job. And you can forgive someone for your own peace, and the person who wronged you can have the consequences of their behavior. It's their behavior, it's not your behavior. It's not you telling on them, okay? These are the consequences of their own behavior. Forgiveness is not about judging. Usually that's when we're having resentments, is when we judge too much. So guess what? If we're judging others, we're judging ourselves. Mother Teresa was famous for a famous quote that said, "If you're busy judging, then you don't have time for loving." And that's all I'm saying. The more time we have for loving, the less we have for judging. So go forgive for you, forgive for your peace.